Hello everybody and welcome back to the final episode of Season 2 of the Chilean Revolution. My name is Jack, and obviously last episode, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. But we have qualified for the Champions League, and I was just looking at the rules, and apparently we don't even have to qualify for the group stages. We go straight into the group stage from 4th place as well. We are still in with a chance of 3rd place. Obviously, it's not much difference in terms of prize money. It's a couple of £1,000,000, but if we can get 3rd place, that'd be even better. I was just looking at the rules. There isn't much here, but if I show you the schedule, we've played 3 games. Again, 2 against quite big teams, and it's gone quite badly. We lost 4-0 to Chelsea. Just played terrible. We lost 4-2 to Liverpool. We were actually 2-0 up within 11 minutes in this game. And don't ignore the Jack Wilshere sent off. We were already 4-2 down at that point. That's how bad it was. We were 2-0 up and we still managed to go 4-2 down by the 51st minute. So yeah, brilliant. And then we just brushed Southampton aside. We're 3-0 up by half time. 3 goals in 3 minutes. Is that 3 minutes? 3 goals in 5 minutes, let's say. Storora, Theo and Ogbono all getting goals at the end of the first half, which is fantastic, and that's what definitely guaranteed us Champions League, because I was a bit worried after these 2 losses. I was like, Newcastle is still winning here, we could be in trouble for the last episode. But no, we qualified, definitely qualified for Champions League, and we go up against Derby, who are relegated, I believe. I don't believe they can stay up. No, they can't. They've just missed out. So they have been relegated. So we're going to put out a reserve time. There's a couple of youth players in there from last season's youth intake, which obviously you didn't see because it wasn't that good. But I had a look at the under-18s, and some of them have grown a little bit, and we're going to give them a little game time, see how well they do. But is there anything else to show you? Don't think there is. There's obviously going to be other players who are like fighting for their place in the team, if you will. It's just mainly just the backup to give everyone who hasn't had too many games this season just one last game. So Parry and Seri Martin are going to be playing. Parry, he's 2-star current ability, 4-star potential. I believe he was our best player in last season's youth intake. And I looked at him, I saw that he's got a lot of green arrows on him, a lot of growth, and I was like, okay, we'll give him some game time. He's 16 years old. So perfect, in my opinion. Give him some game time. And then Seri Martin, I don't remember him from last year's youth intake. He's definitely from last year's youth intake. I saw a load of greens as well. I was like, okay, he's grown as well. Then I saw he was 4.5 star, and I was like, we definitely didn't have a 4.5 star from last year's youth intake. So I reckon he must have been a 3-star potential or something, and he's just grown. But he looks alright. 15 finishing, 13 composure, first touch and concentration could be a bit better, and acceleration. But he's 6'5". He's got great teamwork and work rate, 15 determination. If he can, he's already got good enough stats in the places where they need to be decent. So he's 16 years old. He's got a lot of growing to do. He's already played 5 under-21 games for Wales. So, fair play to him. He's only 16. But yeah, he's looking alright. So I'm going to give him some game time and give him a chance in the first team today against relegated Derby. And there's a few others that need to kind of, I guess you could say, win me over today. But this is the team we're going with. Karius in goal. Robertson, Oxford, Rice, Lowton, Ronaldo Vieira, Garmesh, Haksamabic, Parry, Sanabria and Martin up front. Depending on how the 2 youth guys go in, I'm going to go 60. They're going to get at least an hour. And then I'll bring Ryan Sessegnon on to give him a little bit more game time to help him grow. And then Sirhouse can probably come on as well to keep his growth going. Then the rest are old people. How old's Brunette? He's about 27, is he not? 25, so he can't really grow too much. But I'm hoping that we can have the youth players go the whole game, because that would be good, just to see how they do. But with Submit Team, we'll give these two lads... No, you're not going to get the number 11 shirt, I can tell you that now, mate. Give them the numbers, and we'll just get into the derby game, talk about where we need to strengthen for the Champions League next season, because I've been doing because if you haven't noticed, I'm obviously even in a different place today from this recording, and I've had a couple of days away from FM, because what I like to do is have one massive recording session, and then I can have a couple of days solid of doing work and earning money and whatnot. And then during that time, I've been doing a spreadsheet of how many players we got, like how good they are, what we need, and I've definitely seen a pattern that we need more. I always like to go for 22 players at least, and then a few youth prospects, but I've never been in a situation where it's Champions League football, so I'm going to aim for, because I like to have, say we got 2 centre-backs, I like to have 4 centre-backs, a whole complete 11 as a reserve. But we need to have a few more good enough players to come in as well. So I'm going to go for like 5-6 centre-backs and 5-6 centre midfielders and 3 wingers and stuff like that. But I don't want to get just any old crap in. They need to be some sort of quality, so when they come in, they actually do some work, not just kind of pick up a paycheck and never play because there's someone better than them. But yeah, we'll play against Derby. We don't need like latest scores and whatnot. I only put the latest scores on because I wanted to see if Newcastle were ever going to catch us, but they never did. So that can get taken off. Yeah, today it's not all about the result. Third for Parry. Oh, I thought he scored then. Third, fourth, doesn't matter. There's a couple of million quids in it, but it doesn't really matter if we finish third or fourth. They've got Hernandez up front. Good old Chicharito. They've hit the post. But yeah, transfer. I think we got Ogbonna and Reed at centre back. They're both 30 years old, both 3-star current and potential. Now, I feel like we need 1, maybe 2 top quality centre backs to come in, and them to drop down as like backup, like 3rd and 4th choice. And I'll probably keep one of Declan Rice and Reece Oxford. I'll probably keep one and then loan the other one out because they've still got potential. And I'm not going to get rid of them. Loan the other one out, depending on how the summer goes and whatnot. See what we can bring in, because as someone like a Declan Rice, let's say, he won't get many games in the league, but obviously he's Irish, and I believe Irish count towards like homegrown players. So we're getting demolished by Derby here. It's a good job we've already qualified, but yeah, Reece Oxford, he's obviously English, so if we need him for the Champions League registrations, then I'll keep hold of him. Simple as that. I'm going to try and bring some more like English players, some more Welsh players, if they're good enough, obviously. I'm not going to get them for the sake of getting them at this stage, because we need quality to come in. But as you can see in this squad, we've got 1, 2, 3, including the youth players. We've got about 5 or 6 players from the home nations. Martin should have scored there. So we've got Lowton, who's English, Oxford English, Robertson Scottish. I believe Ronaldo Vieira might be homegrown as well, even though he's Portuguese. Parry's English, Martin's Welsh. So if we can get a few more decent English people, I know they're expensive, which is annoying when it comes to stuff like this. But if we can get some good ones in, that'd be great. Even some Scottish people or Welsh people, if they're good enough to do a job, I'll bring them in, because I know Champions League. I can't remember the rules, but you need a certain amount of like English homegrown players, don't you? So that's going to be on near the top of my list come the start of the January. Oh, after this game, really, I'm going to have a look straight after this game, see who we can bring in, do our business early, so we can get prepared. But I haven't talked much about this game. We are 36 minutes in. We are about to concede a third. We've given away another penalty. This happened last season against Wolves, where we got, was it 5-2 in the end? Chicharito has got 2 goals and an assist against us. It's a good. He's doubled his goal tally in this game for Derby. Brilliant. Oh dear. Who's been at fault? Lowton. He was a. I only brought him in because of Manquillo. He's not good enough for Champions League, so he'll probably go Haksanovic. The problem with Haksanovic, right, is he's a left winger, inverted winger. Obviously, we play right winger, inverted winger with Yarmolenko, but he can't do that as well. That's why I'm playing him there, just to see how he does. So he's 2-star, he's 2.5-star, 5-star current, 5-star potential. But I just don't feel like he's ever gonna. I just don't get a good feeling about him, which it's a bit worrying, if I'm honest. I'm gonna bring Sessegnon on, but I'm gonna bring him on for Haksanovic because even though he probably can't play there, Haksanovic has just been dreadful. So just everyone down that right hand side has just been dreadful. So we're gonna take them both off and hopefully improve a little bit. But yeah, it's I don't know what more to say about it really. It's going to be an interesting summer. I don't know how much money we're going to get. We're going to obviously see that after everything's done with. And yeah, it's just I'll keep on looking at the youth players and seeing if they're growing at all, because that's the only reason why I brought Perry and Martin in for this game, because I just happened to have a look and saw that they actually had some decent quality in there. And yeah, if we can give these two a game or someone else a game, then that'd be great, and just breed some youth players in. Martin's hit the post, it's unlucky there. Breed some of our own young youth players in. And I hope they're young youth players. That'd be good, wouldn't it? And just keep on top of it. Anyone that we don't need, get rid of. And yeah, just simple as that, really. We're gonna make another sub. Sirhouse can come on for Sanabria, meaning the 2 young players get 90 minutes, no matter if they're playing bad or what. But there isn't much to go. There hasn't been too many highlights in the second half. So we can just dip in quick to see if how much money we're going to get and whatnot, and see, are we going to? How much did we have last season? I can't remember. It wasn't on video either because it was a surprise, if you will. I think it was about 60. I think was it 60? Can't remember. 60 popped into my head, so I think it was around 60 mil. But obviously we done very well with selling more. I think in the end, with January as well, we sold 127 million or something around that, and we bought 110 million, something along those numbers. So we've done well in terms of business, like not spending as much as we sold and whatnot. But yeah, I don't think this season's going to be anything like last summer. There's not as much dead wood to get rid of there. I think our spend amount is going to be much, much more than our sold amount, if you will. So we got 10 messages. We got some transfers as well by the looks of it. Man United beat Huddersfield 7-0, and they do the double. It's a good job we didn't need anything from that game, but I don't think we would have lost. Pellegrini faces Inquest. They got relegated. I'm just reading through this. This is. It doesn't scupper out. We've already qualified. Fucking LFM. Right, 31 million for finishing 4th. That's fantastic. We only spent out 2.8 million. Balbuna. I forgot about Balbuna. I haven't told you. Balbuna, he just got unhappy one day and went straight out into the public and said he wanted to play first team football. Didn't come to me at all. Didn't come to me for a conversation saying, look, I'm unhappy, give me game time. He just went straight to the public. And ever since then, I've been getting some crap offers from teams. Like £1.6 million. He's worth 11 million. I'm going to get 11 million for him. So what I've done, I transfer listed him straight into the under 23s. I'm having none of it. Not like, if you've got a problem, come straight to me, sunshine. Don't start going straight to the press. I'm not happy. Not happy with him at all. And yeah, you won't be seeing him next season. It'll be gone, 100% gone. I'm gonna show you the boards. The board. And did we already get him? I have a feeling we already got him. Let me see if we already got him or if we will get him afterwards, because I've just got a feeling just then that we've already got him. So I'll see you in a minute when I find him. So yeah, I already got him. Already got the board budgets. I assume that's, yeah, because we qualified for Champions League, we got him then. So we got 2 million wage budget, which at the moment we're spending 1.5 million, I think, in wage budget, and we got £63 million to spend. Pardon me. So yeah, 2 million in wage budget. Like, okay, it's near 1.7 million, but we got a lot of wage budget swing to go with there, and 67 million overall because we had a little bit left over from January. So we can do some business with that, ladies and gentlemen. We can do some business, and hopefully next episode I've got a lot of very good transfers to show you. Because if we have a look, I've been keeping my eye on Man City and Tottenham and Liverpool. 3 big teams, especially Liverpool, you haven't managed to qualify for Europe. Well, Man City and Tottenham have, but they're in Europa League. That was my bottle of water, I do apologise. They haven't qualified for Champions League, so how many of their players are going to be unhappy? But more importantly, how many of their players are going to want to join us? So I'm going to keep my eye on them. If we can bring in some players, I'll be very happy. But they have to be good enough players to play for us and do a job for us. Because I'm not getting any crap in. But yeah, if you like that episode, please like, please subscribe. Like for a cracking season 2. Because I'm really enjoying the save. I've really enjoyed season 2. It's been fantastic. There's been some very, very good ups. Okay, the last part of the season was quite a lot of downs because we were struggling. But we got there in the end. 4th place. Fantastic. We're in Champions League next season. And I cannot wait. I'll see you next season for Champions League at the London Stadium. Thank you. And goodbye.